Hello! Oh my god, I'm sorry. That must have been really loud. I'm sorry. My mic was turned up. I'm sorry. Hello! Kieran, congrats on first. Hi, random guy. Hi, Scuffed. Hi, RL Schism. Hello, hello. We are drawing some umi musume today. As you can see, I have made some sketches already. Oh my god, wait. Let me play some music. What should I play? I have been really into musicals lately, but I don't think we're gonna play that. Let me see. I think I have a playlist. It's like a chill afternoon, so let me pick a chill playlist. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a good day so far. Let's see if this one is too chill or not. The playlist title is In Summer, Even the Shade is Steeped in Green. Hello! I also kind of wanted to do some dailies, so I think I will do that, but as you can see, the other day I was talking to Maya and Say about who our horsekins would be, like who we're the most, who we feel like we're most similar to. Our assigned horsekins, Haru Urara, Kira-san Black, and Goldship. So, I just sketched these yesterday, but haven't really started coloring. This is not the right color for their shirts. Just wanted to see what it would look like. Okay, I kind of want a playlist with words. You're gonna have to put up with these random Chinese songs that I've been listening to. I'll turn it down. So you guys can... You don't have to listen to what I'm listening to. I see more as Twin Turbo. I don't think I've met Twin Turbo yet. Umi Short. Is that a short joke? We picked Kita-san Black because of her skibbity riz, you know, her Gen Z-ness. But also, I have not gotten a chance to really see much of Twin Turbo, so I don't really know what she's like. I do know that you guys said before I played the game who I was most similar to. You guys said Haru Urara, Kita-san Black, and Rice Shower, but only sometimes. I thought that was funny. They look so naked because I haven't colored anything. That's what it looks like. Maybe, I don't know if I want to color like this or not. But look, don't we look so cute? What color is the purple? I also want to draw some OCs today. If you guys don't know what Art Fight is, I'm participating this year. So I wanna be drawing some stuff for that. It's basically you get to trade art, like it's like a art trade thing. It's pretty fun. I have not drawn too much yet, so I do want to draw some people's OCs. Let me see. Horses, horses. It's like a light purple. It's like the color of my hair. For the sleeves. I feel like maybe I can use a different brush. Okay, I like this one. Sleeves. This one's darker. I'm telling myself that this is just a sketch, so I'm not gonna try to put too much effort. It was just supposed to be a low quality meme, but then I ended up, like, honestly, the sketch itself was not even supposed to be this complicated, but I got too into it, drawing our horsonas. It was too fun. Our horsonas. Hi Wizzo. Is it me or you late for a whole 2 hours? Hehehe. I almost canceled stream today. I'm not gonna lie. I had a terrible migraine, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some medicine and hope it goes away. I still kind of have a migraine, but it's a lot better. I decided I did not want to cancel stream today, but I was very late. How are you guys doing? But this is to be expected. This is on brand. Very on brand. Do you see the Sonic? Oh my. Hello, I'm glad the alerts are working again. Did you see the Sonic Racing Cross World Summer Game Fest trailer? I did not. Oh, I have heard people talking about it, but I did not see anything about it. It's me. Should I turn up the music? Do you guys want to hear it? Or not really? It's just random sad Chinese songs. Oh, also, I wasn't gonna tell you guys originally because I really wanted to keep it like my thing, because if you guys know me, I keep trying to make everything
Have you seen the V
content.
Shouju drama, and or do you have any opinions on it?
Ooh, I have seen it. I guess I will I usually don't really dip my toes into drama because I just usually avoid talking about these kind of things. But I will say that I'm really sorry for everyone who's involved. And it really sucks for a lot of people who saw Vishojo as a company that was like very reputable. And a lot of people placed a lot of their like hopes into it, like wanting to work with them, this and that. And also all the artists who ended up like getting paid late and everything. Like, it really sucks that there's so much collateral, you know? Like, not even talking about just like the charity stuff, which already on its own is pretty bad. But also, in general, I feel like this industry or field is quite new. And as a result, I think a lot of companies, they don't really know what they're doing. a lot. I don't know if you guys know about um movie pass, but it's kind of like that. Like a lot of these companies just don't have like solid um they don't have solid business models. They were always going to fail. Like I don't think they're doing all this on purpose. It's just the whole company as a business itself. There was just a lot of issues with how it was being run. Like I don't understand how they were making money, you know? Like their whole thing was we are supporting talents 100% and we're not going to take like anything from them. We're only going to take like merch sales and like sponsorship stuff. But then it's not really realistic to have such a crazy cut. And then I feel like because of that, that's why there's so much like confusion with payment and finances, which really sucks. But yeah, I think it's just terrible mismanagement, which apparently is quite common in this industry. Idol culture has been around for a long time now. Companies have always been exploitive. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's idol companies are exploitative. They just they're not subtle about it. They're like, this is our like I'm taking like a 70% cut, and I'm doing everything for you, but you get that 30% or something, and it's really predatory. That's one thing. But then, yeah, starting at a loss and only banking on investors and then trying to be in everybody's good graces and say that like, "Oh, yeah, we're supporting talents. We're talents first. We're not taking anything from them." But then at the end, you still shit on your talents by being like not well managed is a bad idea. Yeah. Vishoja had massive parties with free open bars and ads in Japan subways for an English company, which is what? Yep, exactly. That's all investor money. Everybody had an illusion thinking that they had a lot of money, but if they're not taking any money from talents, they're no different from a company running on VC funding and banking on their company being so popular that they can afford to run not on a net loss, which is what companies like Spotify did, Airbnb, Uber, MoviePass, like all these companies banked on VC funding when they first started, but then eventually they realized that like well for some of these companies it worked out when you have enough of a supply and demand and you have enough of like sponsors and people who want to be on your platform this like that are not just your initial investors. That's how it takes off. But this is just it's not feasible in this industry. This industry is so small and it's growing, and yeah, I don't know, it felt like there was a lot of professionalism that people expected and wanted to see, but I just learning about their business model, I just don't think that would have been possible, you know? We see that with early access now, showing how great it can be. So invest, please. Exactly. So, like, I know a lot of companies do that, but you gotta have like a better. I don't know. I'm not a business person, but just my 2 cents. I just think everything was not very well managed. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Purple. Darker purple. It's just a shame that like this mismanagement has so much collateral. Like I feel so bad for everybody who's involved. What purple is this? It's like a bluish purple. I'm looking at pictures of Uma Musume, looking at their uniform. It's like this color. Kind of, maybe a little more saturation, a little purpley. This, yeah, that seems right. I think I used to have more of a good like impression on corpos within the space, which is crazy despite everything that's happened. But I just thought that like as long as they're making like yes, they're exploitative, lucrative, but so are a lot of regular companies, you know, besides like just idol agencies, like entertainment industry. A lot of companies just they want to run as a business. But like if you're not even able to do that, like that's I don't know. I'm like you're putting your faith into nothing. And yeah, it's very disappointing. Talking about drama llama, I see. I know this is like the only time I ever talk about drama. And after this, no more. Usually I make it a rule not to engage in drama, but I do think I'm just like this was part of a little bit of what I was talking about at Offkai. A little disappointed, I think, in just like the professionalism in the space. This is my Umi Sona. This is Umi universe and my assigned horse kin, my Uma Musume kin. Apparently I'm closest to Kira-san Black. And then Maya is Haru Urara. And then Sei is Goldchip. We were talking about it the other day, so then I decided to draw it. Hee hee hee. Look how cute we look. Do you guys think there's another horse that fits me better than Kita-san Black? I feel like the horses are pretty well assigned, you know? All companies are exploitative, but that's why unions should exist for counterpower. True, you can't escape exploitation, but you can pick your battles and mitigate what you can. I agree. It's just that with such a new like industry, I do think it's almost unavoidable for unions to not exist and then people being extra exploitative, you know? If you want to discuss, it's good to remember Bishoujo's on a smaller side. It's created like, yeah, but that's why I was saying it's basically like a startup. People don't realize that they're so much smaller than they are, you know? Like it's a lot. It's just like it's just a couple of people trying to do stuff, you know? And I'm not that surprised that it's not really working out. When you have bigger companies like people who start like I guess they all started up as startups, but like running on VC funding, we were talking about like Uber, Spotify, Airbnb, like they're operating a lot at a loss for a long time when they don't have like the popularity that they wanted or needed at the supply and demand for it to work. But when you have companies like MoviePass who try to do the same thing essentially, it's basically impossible because you're so much smaller and they don't realize that that audience is not really there. And it's the same with Bishoujo. Like it's not really feasible for them to be splitting money like this and feel like they can operate as a business, paying their staff, paying all their stuff. It's not possible. I don't understand. Their whole thing was basically like we love our talents so much that we're gonna give them everything. But that promise itself is how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna run a business by just giving free stuff to your talents and then not taking anything like percentage and then thinking that that was going to work out? Like of course you're going to be in debt and owe money and need money, and then hence that's why all this shit happened, you know? Even Kant's categorically imperative can with the corollary that everybody uses other people as a means. It's just that we have to be aware of how we treat each other and minimize those instances. Exactly. I feel like that's very true. But moral philosophy isn't in fashion these days. Yeah, it's not trendy to be ethical, I guess. I thought this was more broad. Is this based on Iron Mouse leaving? Kind of. It is kind of broad, but specifically for shoujo. We do not know much, but there's also the Japan JP branch who knows what happens between NA and JP. Yeah, there's a lot of tea. Just, I just think it's a lot of general mismanagement and people placing a lot of trust in something that feels professional as an organization when you see it from afar, but then you realize that it's just a bunch of people who are not professionals trying to make some stuff work. And that's what happens. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, my umi musume. Please play Nice Nature story on your own time. Okay, Nice Nature. Ooh, okay. I do like that you guys have like recommendations for horses that you would think that I would like. I think it's cute. I did take note, like even last time when we were playing. Also, I like learning about everybody's favorites. I haven't been playing Uma Musume that much though, I'm not gonna lie. It's cause I really want to participate in art fight, so I've been trying to draw more, and it's really hard to draw more because it is quite hard not to have an art block, I think. But yeah, I've been trying to draw more, and also, yeah, I wasn't gonna talk about this. This is worse than me talking about the drama. I was like, I should keep this to myself and not bring this up, but I'm gonna bring this up anyway. So I started playing Genshin Impact again. Oh my god, I started playing Genshin again. Imai, hello. How you doing? Hello. Without us? That's why, because I was like, "Oh my god, I need to keep this my thing," because I wanted to play a game off stream. And it's so fun for me to play Genshin off stream. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys like I don't know if you guys would like watching me play Genshin. You don't understand. It's so ADHD brain. It's so crazy. Like, I'll play like 2 minutes of a story quest and I'll be like, okay, actually, I want to do another story quest now. And then I'll go do it. And then on my way to that story quest, I'll be like, oh, I just see an NPC. I'm going to start talking to them. And then I'll be on another quest. And then suddenly I'll be like, wait, my characters, I want them to be stronger. Or I want to play this specific character again, but I realized I haven't fully built them. So then now I'm grinding for materials, and then I'm like, wait, actually, I'm done grinding. I don't want to grind anymore. Okay, let's go back to the main story. It's so terrible. There's like zero consistency. It's so ADHD brain, but this is why I love Genshin. I get so distracted too, even just like when I see something sparkly, dude, I feel like a crow. You know, when they see something sparkly and they get so distracted, that's literally me. I see something sparkly and I'm like, oh, let me go over there. It's, yeah. So I've decided to allow myself to be very, very full ADHD brain and not content brain and just play Genshin on my own. I'm keeping it my own thing. So I decided not to talk about it. But I lasted 2 weeks before now I'm like, I want to yap about it. I want to yap about it. I'm finally in Fontaine. Fontaine is so beautiful. I saw my husband again, Tartaglia. My husband. I have not seen him in so long. I literally feel like that meme where it's like, welcome back, welcome home, cheater. Like, my OGs. My OGs. Yeah. There's no right or wrong way to play. There should be something negative. There shouldn't be something negative connotations in the way you enjoy a game. That's true, but I do think that the way that I enjoy it is probably not great for content, for like streaming, I guess. I feel like that's the pressure that I feel. And I know people are always like, no, it's fine, play however you like. But then, I don't know. It's just like, I'm bouncing around everywhere and it's, you know. Genshin is very ASMR cozy background. I think I want to maybe play Genshin on stream in the far future. Like maybe we'll do some roles. Maybe if I'm done with the main story and I just want to like go around and like do stuff, like that's fine. But I think part of it is like the pressure of I can always make it into content, and I think then I felt guilty playing off stream, like just if I was playing through the main story, I would be like, oh, well, why am I playing this off stream? Like, I could be playing this on stream. This is content. Like, there's always that type of mindset. And it just made me not really enjoy the game anymore, you know? And even stuff like, oh, yeah, POV, Genshin with ADHD. It's just like there's so much pressure to make it content that I wasn't able to enjoy it anymore. So I kind of just stopped playing Genshin. And then now that I'm playing again, I think it's really hard not to feel guilty or feel bad or feel like I can still make this content. I have ideas. But I think I need to draw a hard line, you know, because everything can be content. And I want to draw a hard line when I can. And so that's why I was like, I want to reserve it as a game for myself, you know? I have actually talked about this with my therapist. This is why she was like, maybe you shouldn't talk about it with your viewers and you should just keep it to yourself. I was like, I know, because I was completely reserving it for myself, you know? But I think I'm at a point where I feel okay. Like, even you guys giving me ideas on how to make it content, I think I'm okay being like, no, I think I'm gonna draw the hard line, and I'm really happy enjoying it off stream, you know? End of the day, games are meant to be relaxing and pastime. Don't feel like you need to stream when you want a game. It'll kill the idea of what games are really about. I feel like that was kind of the case for me for a while, and so I wanted to shift how I approached games, or at least like approach specific games. And so far it's been pretty good. Like, I'm happy that I'm playing it off stream and I'm still really enjoying it. There's still some moments when I'm like going crazy because of a certain scene or whatever, and I'm like, damn, I kind of wish that this was on stream. But then I try not to think like that. I try to just, you know, let myself play a game and not think about turning it into content. I know that sounds so stupid, but it actually is such a big problem. What is this color? How did I get this? But yeah, it's too hard for me to turn my brain off. My brain is always wanting to be content brain, I think. But then, you know that, I don't know if you guys have seen this meme float around recently, but I've been seeing it, and it's like, just make it exist first. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make it exist. And people like showing examples of like a really crazy, terrible sketch, or even just like jotting down some crazy ideas or whatever, and then its final form. And it's like, yeah, you can always just make it exist first. You don't have to make it perfect. But I feel like I have that issue of like, when I'm trying to make everything into content, I think I just need to figure out which things I want to keep and what things I want to focus on, or else I'm always going to be like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then I'm not doing anything, you know? Yeah, the hardest part is starting for sure. Yeah. Ideas aren't for you for content. It's just saying there's always a market, and if you were to turn your entire life into content, you leave nothing for yourself. Exactly. Yeah, I need to know how to draw the line, because there's always a market for it. There's always something you can make into content. And it's like, yes, that's great, I guess, but I think it killed my love for games, and I need to not do that to my brain. This looks like it's black. This is supposed to be purple, I think, or like a dark navy. It was this, but maybe it's too dark. Let me. This looks more like how it's supposed to. It still kind of looks like it's just. It's fine. I always want to share moments with others or get FOMO. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like FOMO, but like for content. I'm like, I could be making everything into content. But it's just, all it does is drive me insane. Speaking of streaming therapy, have you seen Dropout Lou Wilson and his Trauma Dump miniseries? Oh, no, I haven't. It's a long form improv show about a streamer trying to hop on their mental health bandwagon while resisting engaging with the therapy itself. Interesting. So then it's about a streamer that's anti therapy, but then wanting to be mental health forward? Wait, I'm a little confused. Have you thought of doing a non gaming month slash week and do more art since art fight is a limited thing? That's true. That's a good idea, actually. Home is just not healthy in general. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but then you guys are always like, "Hey, Umi, you should play Uma Musume," or I'm like, "Oh my god, I haven't caught up with like CZ, and then I'm playing lads. I don't want to roll for lads." It's hard. It's hard. I do love games and I do love sharing it. But you're right. Maybe I should make a hard line and like figure out how to balance it like that sometime. I feel like that would be good. That's gonna be hard, but you shouldn't listen to us. But 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 I love you guys. You guys are so persuasive. You guys don't understand how much your opinion means to me. I feel like everyone's like, stop, just don't listen to them. I'm like, this is so hard, okay? This is hard. I want to do stuff that you guys like. You don't understand. You're just shaming for yourself. This is what my problem is. You already know this, guys. I'm a huge people pleaser. You guys already know this. In a way, I am doing it for myself. My therapist rolls her eyes when I say this. But every time I want to do something for myself, I feel like I do end up doing a lot of things for other people, but it makes me happy. So then I'm like, so it's for me, you know? But then my therapist is like, are you listening to yourself? So yeah, okay, I realize that I am very much a people pleaser, but you know, it's something I'm trying to work on. But yeah, no, I just like doing things for other people because that makes me happy. And I do think that like sometimes I take that to a degree where it's not even for other people, it's for myself. Like I understand that it is me being selfish, you know? So it's less like I'm doing it just because other people are doing it. So it's less the bridge jumping thing. It's more just maybe it's FOMO. Maybe it's just general people please. It's just people pleasing, you know? But people pleasing is really hard. It is definitely my biggest flaw. It's really, really hard to say no, and it's really hard for me to draw boundaries. And it's especially hard for me when people are nice to me. Like, if people are mean to me, that's fine. You know, it's so much easier for me to be like, okay, well, they're being mean to me, so then I'm not gonna put up with their shit, whatever. But when people are nice to me, there's no reason for me not to be nice back. But if I put in that same level of investment into every person who was nice to me, I would have no time for myself. Which is why I constantly have no time for myself and I'm constantly burnt out. It's hard. It's hard to say no. And especially if it's somebody who is being nice, I guess. I mask a lot. I'm convinced that the things I like happen to be what others like. Do you mask too? I do mask a lot though. I do. Because it is like a neurodivergence thing, I think, too. Where I feel like I like to follow the rules of life. It makes me feel good. And I know that things are in my control and it works really well. You know, it's like if I am nice to somebody, then I feel good because this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. It's just like part of. I don't know if this sounds weird. Even when I'm saying it, I'm like, what am I saying? But I'm sure you guys get it. I need to start my mean girl era. I really do. I need to start being mean, you know? My outlet's volunteering where the whole point is to help and I can say no in my personal life. It really helps me because I know I'm still a good person. I do help and want to, but not at my own expense now. So you have like a dedicated space for when you are doing that. And then everywhere else you're trying to, or you like draw better boundaries. I need to do that. Yeah, just because someone is nice to you doesn't mean they won't take advantage of you. You don't draw boundaries, you'll get hurt involuntarily. The other party won't know they're hurting you and other things, and things that might end up poorly or resentful. Yeah. Like, I do think it's bad. It's really bad on my part. It's not even like, haha, I'm such a good person. I like being nice. It's really bad, actually. Especially when I feel like there's a lot of times when I feel like I'm just supposed to swallow my pride or not draw boundaries and be like, yeah, I'm just trying to be nice. It's okay. Just grit your teeth and bear it. Whatever. It's not a big deal. But then that builds into resentment. And eventually I blow up. I snap. I burn out. Something happens. And I end up hurting people. And it's not even just me hurting myself. I end up blowing up on other people when maybe I could have had a better conversation before in the past and nicely said, like, hey, actually, this is giving me a lot of pressure, or it's making me feel guilty or whatever. Like, I'm sure I can handle things better and not be this way. And I think that too many people look at people pleasers and they're like, they're so nice and they're sweet and whatever. And it's like, no, this is bad. I don't know how to draw boundaries, and it's bad, actually. Listen to you talk right now. It's like hearing the main character of that trauma dump show talking. What? I would be very interested in your opinions on it, especially since the therapist on the show is a real therapist. Oh, maybe for a watch along stream. Wait, okay, wait. Explain the premise to me a bit better. So then, is it kind of like the Dr. K interviews where someone talks to like a streamer talks to a therapist, or is it more like a streamer who's like, I don't believe in therapy, and then they go like talk to a therapist on the show, and then they kind of like try to convince them that therapy is needed or something? To be fair, I do know that I have issues that I should be working on. That's why I go to therapy. I feel like not enough people are able to admit that when they're in a bad place, it's okay to constantly be working on yourself, you know? That pirate software Dr. K stream was so nuts. I have not seen that. I feel like I have not caught up on what's been going on. I feel like there's been some drama surrounding that. I've not really like delved into it though. I think this moon is too big. Shoot, I forgot which I was. This one? Not the right color. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. What color is this? What color is this? I'll just... Moon or horseshoe, whatever it is. Was I doing it on this layer? Okay. The correct layer. Let me see. Not really nuts. To think all that happened because of a botch raid and WoW is so crazy. That's what happened? You cannot help someone that doesn't want it, and pirate software was/is not open to it at the time. Oh, interesting. Hey, I don't need therapy, but chat, you might need this, so I'm all about it. Let's talk about it with my guest, licensed therapist. Oh, I see. Interesting. No, I'm painfully aware of everything that is or could be wrong with me. I do really support like mental health resources and everything, especially to a lot of people around me who I feel like might need just like that professional help, but then there's that taboo. I think it's really good. If people have not tried therapy, I think you should at least a couple times in your life. I say a couple times because I do think looking for a therapist is kind of hard. It's not really like a overnight thing. You definitely have to try because sometimes a therapist is might just not be the one for you, which is very frustrating because you might just end up having to tell your stories again and again while you're looking for the right therapist, but that's how it is. There's not really a one fit solution. Are you streaming somewhere else? What? I'm not. You can't see if any Sonos comments on stream? What? I'm just reading Twitch chat. That's so weird. It's a lot deeper than that. It's a guy who cannot accept fault and needs to be the smartest slash most versed person at all times. Dr. K stream, he just shut down any possibility that things he does are traits of a narcissist, which is what most narcissists do. Very interesting. I work as a child psychologist, and my experience with behavior had really helped me. Like, I was crocheting for content, but not for myself, but the attention I got was reinforcing me to continue being on the wheel. Now I barely crochet, but I'm trying to get back into doing things for me. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I learn a lot even from like kids. You know, I don't hang out with that many kids, but I used to teach kids, and I used to teach like English and art, and I feel like you learn a lot from kids, from their love of like play and also just their general like curiosity, the things that they ask. You can definitely learn from whoever, and I feel like people don't really think about that. They only think that you can learn from someone who's smarter than you, but that's not true. I think that an actually smart person you can learn from anyone and anywhere, you know? It's interesting to see certain things reflected from the outside in a fictional character. Yeah, I do feel like I am able to work through a lot of my. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of other people who like things like anime and fantasy and like fictional worlds and gaming, but I feel like I reflect on myself a lot through like other mediums. It feels like I'm able to find my voice better when I'm able to compare my story, I guess, or narrative with someone else's in like a pre-existing form of media. I always do that whenever I watch a movie or like play a game, and I'm like, oh my god, I really, really resonate with that specific character or what they said or like why they made that decision. It's really interesting, you know? Americans love narcissists as part of their culture, such as it is. There is a tie to the desire for independence because of capitalistic cultures. It's just if you are a community culture based culture who puts other people first, none of these people are the type of people to succeed in a purely capitalistic society, you know? It's not actually that deep. Dr. K called him out as narcissism and he wasn't ready for it, so he responded as a narcissist. Very interesting. I feel like a lot of content creators have a problem with narcissism and ego in general, but that's what puts them in the spotlight in the first place. Kyle also has been developing a game for almost a decade after taking $21K, wow, from his fans in a Kickstarter, and anytime people bring it up, he'll lie about progress in the game. Damn. Not only that, he made several videos maliciously targeting a pro-consumer movement and directly impacted its chances of being brought to Congress. I did hear about that. The something stop games thing. The video he made were extremely malinformed, and despite what he was reading was not what he was saying, he continued, but was just saying he was saying the truth. Interesting. So it sounds like somebody's like caught in a tough spot, being called out, but as a narcissist does not want to accept that. Hope we bumped into each other when I was school hopping while at an agency. Oh, well, I mostly just tutored. I didn't officially teach. I taught at like a tutoring company or center. Yeah. He's actually proud of being a Nepo baby. Interesting. That's also one thing I've realized is that most, if not basically all, okay, I won't say all. I would say a lot of streamers are Nepo babies because it is really hard to kickstart streaming if you do not have the resources. That's why also a lot of streamers tend to be older, or at least like somewhat older. Of course, there's outliers, but those people I can name, which is not the average like person streaming on Twitch. Yeah, I definitely learned that like a lot of people that I thought who had, especially when they advertise it like that, when they're like, yeah, I'm, I've worked so hard, like this and that, and that's how I got where I am. And it's like, that's true, but also, no matter how hard you work, there's no way that you would have the money to be able to do that to begin with if you weren't already blessed in some way, you know? People have to acknowledge their privilege. Umi Nepo Baby confirmed. I mean, streaming's the new TV/movie star, except the bar's lower and you don't even need to audition. You could just do stuff. If you have the money to do it, you can just do it, which is what it is. He keeps talking about his dad working at Warcraft and getting him a job. Interesting. Has a short talking about Undertale's code and saying how shit it was, but his code is not much better according to other devs. Oh, I have seen memes of that. I see. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a Nepo baby. I wish I was. I think that would honestly, like, who doesn't want to be a nepo baby? I want to be born into wealth, and you know what? I might as well, like, I want to be born royalty. In fact, like, I wish, but like, you can't like, just you know become one overnight. It's a totally different world. Key toss on black. Should I recolor this part? I feel like it's too light. But then it starts to look like the same color as my hair. This purple. Is this too dark? You know what? Whatever. I said this was gonna be a quick sketch, and here I am debating over such small things. But yeah, don't let influencers lie to you. Half of them were already rich. I hate those, like, it's the new freaking pyramid scheme where they're like, let me teach you how to also become super successful and rich. And they don't include anywhere that it's not just work hard, work hard, work hard, drink Saratoga, Perrier water, or whatever, and wake up at 5 a.m. No, it's not just that. It's usually people already have money. That's what it is, you know? We all want generational wealth. Who doesn't? Exactly. I want wealth that goes back so many generations that my grandparents didn't have to work. Like, I wish. Buy my course. Buy my course. Anyone who does code doesn't talk shit about other people's code. Those who don't know feel the need to uplift others, uplift themselves by talking down to others. I feel like people who just in general feel like they want to talk other people down, especially when you have such a big platform, is already a huge red flag. Like, it is one thing to be critical of people and also be critical in private, but when you're talking about like things and you have a platform, I don't know, I feel like it is quite disrespectful. Oh, this is purple too. I thought this was white here. Damn. Okay. This is purple too. gold ship. When Say said gold ship was her favorite, I laughed. But we're all just horse girls doomed to end up in the glue factory. Just a couple of horse girls lining up to eventually become glue. I hope at least I'm sticky and tasty. My dreams. Alpha male videos. Yeah, exactly. Those like, how to be an alpha male. Buy my course. Like, bruh. A real alpha male would not need to learn how to be an alpha male via a course. Don't listen to these people. Also, like, those are especially toxic because they essentially feed off of a lot of these people who are already like struggling so much, and so they don't actually give them any advice to help them on their feet. They essentially create a cult where people are just, they're unable to leave. They have to rely on supporting or like being part of this like circle, I guess. But it's really bad because then they're unable to ever escape that cycle. They alienate themselves further as a result. Like all these dudes trying to pick up, they're like, oh my god, I want like a girlfriend. And then they go and these courses are like, yeah, tell women about how much you hate them. It's like, this is not working, but very helpful for the business because now you have a returning customer. Umi Glue Eater confirmed. Also, Umi apparently may be fake facts, but Tazuna and Director are supposedly based off of horses they didn't have license for. That's why they got unhorse girled. I did see that. No, I fully believe that. That's canon. I fully believe that. 100%. That makes so much sense. It's because I'm like, dude, they're giving such horse energy. There's no way they're not horses. My horse girl senses were tingling. I knew. I knew. Just waiting for the inevitable Equestria Girls crossover event. Honestly, I had some friends. I was never like a huge into horse girls kind of girl, but I had some friends who had horses and they were really, really into horses. And they're like childhood friends that I don't really talk to as much anymore. And playing Uma Musume makes me think of them. I hope they're doing well. One of them went on to become a vet. And last time I talked to her, she was telling me stories about how she went on like a vet mission in like Africa. She was stationed there for a while and she was like talking to me about how she got sick when she was there. And I was like, oh, what happened? And she was like, yeah, I was doing a checkup, I forgot what she called it, but she was doing a checkup on an elephant where she had to reach her entire arm into his butt hole. And then when she took her arm out, the elephant essentially had like diarrhea on her. And oh, indeed. I was like, oh my god. And she was like, yep. And then she got sick because apparently, you know, some of it got into her system or something. I was like, oh. And she's like, yep, the joys of being a vet. I was like, dude, it's crazy. She's like, I love my job. I'm like, you're crazy. But she is kind of crazy. She used to, I guess I can talk about her because you guys are... But she had so many crazy stories, okay? Yeah, vet life, right? This girl. She also used to throw axes for fun, I remember. And when people pissed her off, she'd be like, yeah, I'm always tempted to like print out pictures of their face and then I can use them in my target practices. And I'm like, oh. also, oh my god, I found out later on that literally we met up and we were just talking about, I don't know what we were talking about, but we're like having drinks and we're like a little tipsy, talking about whatever. And she tells me that for a couple of years, I guess it's been more than a couple of years now, but for a couple of years she's been on and off just as a hobby. You're never gonna guess the next word that's gonna come out of my mouth. She was a dominatrix. I was like, oh, oh. And she was like, yeah, the amount of people that she knows who are like really powerful, who are like CEOs, who are like this and that, because of being a dominatrix is crazy. She was like, yeah, they just like they want some type of like feeling that they're unable to get anywhere else, where they're no longer in control. And so I always like, obviously we have NDAs and stuff and we both respect each other's privacies, but I do get people's numbers and I get their like, you know, business contacts sometimes, like their business cards, and I'm like, oh. And yeah, doms make good money. It's a level up from Sugar Baby, indeed. But she was like, yeah, I'm just doing it for fun. Um, she doesn't actually, I don't think she like gets paid. I think she I think she has gotten paid, but she mostly does it like in the context of, I don't know, like it's like a club, I think, where you can find other people who are into this as a hobby as well. So it's more of a hobby than it is like a escort kind of. Yeah, for literally for the love of the game. She's a vet. She's busy like rescuing elephants or whatever. She doesn't need money, but yeah, crazy. Horse girls make a lot of sense when you realize they're often undiagnosed on the spectrum, with horses being their special interest because women are insanely underdiagnosed. 100%. I feel like I definitely got along with a lot of people growing up that were also undiagnosed. And then growing up was definitely an experience because you're realizing like all of your friends are undiagnosed as they slowly get diagnosed, and you're like, oh, so I'm just neurodivergent, and I have always got along better with neurodivergent people. Oh, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, I forgot to draw the things on her skirt. I guess I'll do that in a bit. What color is her hair? It's like gray, but like gray, but silvery. I always struggle with colors when it's stuff like that. Her earmuffs. I respect her for not monetizing her hobby. Honestly, me too. Literally for the love of the game. I'm like, damn, you go, girl. Do whatever the fuck you want. She's just throwing axes and like rescuing elephants and being a dominatrix. Isn't that so cool? You guys think I'm a cool person? No. No. I talk to these people and I'm like, how? What? That's crazy. I just stay at home and play video games. Dragon Age Inquisition had a very good BDSM romance storyline. Oh, which treated the subject with respect and emotional honesty, which is very much needed. I feel like BDSM gets demonized a lot. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't think we said you were cool. It's okay. I can read between the lines. I can get the subtext. You know. I can pick up on what you guys really mean. You know. Okay. I'm basically done. I did not want to spend too much time on this because I want to draw OCs today. Oh, I am on the wrong freaking layer. Actually, that looked kind of cute though. Maybe I should just do the paint like that on top. I guess I can move this. Oh, it looks crazy though. Oh, I like how it looks on the clothes better though. It's mostly the face. Okay, maybe I'll just erase. Because I used a different brush. I guess I'll redo the hair too then. Oh, I don't want to redo the hair. We did not, in fact, call her cool. No, I'm sure it's somewhere in there. I can pull up receipts, surely. I sound so confident. I'm so certain. You know about Mahjong Ichi they host in the city? The place where they host is like a huge public space, and I saw people playing Magic. Another group playing board games, and then a huge crowd of people playing Werewolf. Oh! It was so magical seeing people being with other similar people doing fun things together. I really want to go to PC Bongs and play games. I actually really love like the atmosphere in a lot of these places. And I really want to go to an anime rave. I think I'm gonna try to like not be a loser and like after Anime NYC, people are always like, Umi, let's go to this party. Let's go to whatever. Let's go to... I'm always like, dude, I just walked around for like 10 hours with a wig on my head. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna hang out with my cat. But maybe I should, you know, maybe I should try to put myself out there more after occasions like that. Because I feel like that's a really good space to meet other people with similar interests, you know? And before Umi horror story after rave, I've never been to a rave actually, but I do have a terrible horror story though from last time I was at a PC bong. It was like a PC bong. I told you guys before, but it was a PC bong slash like what's it called, like PC bong slash esports cafe, I guess that's what they called it, where they like host esports events and people can watch stuff. I was there and I literally went for an esports networking event and I got freaking roofied. It was actually really scary. I threw up for hours. It was insane. I had one drink and I threw up like for like 6 hours. It was awful. Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad I like it was really okay, but it was kind of it was I don't know. So the esports networking event was fine, and I walked around, met people, and people were really nice. But afterwards, they were like, "We're gonna end the event now. We're gonna move up to where the bar is, where everyone else is." And people were like playing tabletop games near the bar, just like chatting, playing Smash, board games, whatever, TCG. And then I was there with a friend, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go play Smash." Yeah, love Smash, exactly. So he was like, "I'm gonna go play Smash," and I'm like, "Okay, I don't know how to play Smash." I was like, "Oh, go play Smash," and so I'm like at the bar, just by myself, and I'm drinking something, and then I'm talking to some dude, and we're just talking about TCG games or something, because we're looking at people playing TCG. And I was like, "Oh, I don't really play too many TCG games, like this and that," and then we just like talked about it, and then I guess I like turned around, like you okay. So I left my drink at the bar and I turned around to look at the TCG like tables, but because I guess I wasn't looking at my drink, I think that's when it happened. Because no other time I wasn't looking at my drink. It was just there was no one else around us, and there was just this I basically I shouldn't have trusted this random dude, but he was just like some random dude at the bar, and it was literally for a second, and I only put my guard down because I was there with a friend. The whole time before when he wasn't there, I had like been covering my drink, whatever. Oh my god. And so literally that one moment, and also I guess I don't know, I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't. Yeah, I was not thinking. and my friend was not there in that moment. But then after that drink, the guy kept being like, "Oh, do you want to go smoke outside? Like, oh, let's go. Like, whatever. What are you doing after?" And then I was like, "Oh, I'm like probably gonna go home." It was like a Wednesday night. Okay, this is why I know I was roofied, because I had one drink and it was a Wednesday night and I had work the next day. I literally had to tell my boss that I got roofied. Because my okay, to be fair, my boss likes to play video games as well, and so he knew that I was going to this esports networking event. And then I came back and I was just like, I think I got roofied. I was like, I've been throwing up all morning. I like showed up at our 9 a.m. like meeting and I looked terrible. And I was just like, I've been throwing up until like 8 a.m. like until now basically. But like after we left, because the guy was like, "Oh, do you want to go smoke? Do you want?" I was like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "I think we're gonna go." And then my friend was like, "Oh, are you feeling okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just feel really drunk." I was like, "I feel really, really drunk." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Okay, well, let's get home then." So he wasn't even going my way, but he brought me to the train station. And on the way to the train station, I'm like stumbling over. And he was like, "How much did you have to drink?" And I'm like, "I just had one drink." And he was like, "What?" He was like, "That's weird." He was like, because he, like, we've drank together before. So he's just like, "What do you mean you've only had one drink? You can definitely drink." And I was like, maybe it's just because I didn't, like, eat enough before. But no, I found out afterwards that it wasn't the case. Because at that point, I was like, oh, I think maybe I just didn't eat enough for dinner. And then I had drinks, and then that's why it's hitting me so hard. That's what I said. But yeah, he did not stay with me, but it's because we live like so far. So I was just like, no, it's okay, go home. I thought that I was just a little tipsy from not eating enough. But then afterwards, he texted me and he was just like, "Are you okay?" Like, he was texting me the whole time, and I was just like, "I think I'm okay. I just feel really drunk." I made it home. It was fine. But then I immediately throwing up for hours, and then I'm like, "Okay, that was not normal." But yeah, that was not fun. Um, but has not deterred me from these events, because I know that, like, it's not like the event's fault that there was just some shitty dude there or something. But yeah, I definitely learned that I need to be more careful, because I don't know, I've had like weird creepy approaches before, but that was very different. Yeah, scary. Thank goodness you made it home. That's not a home. You always bring your friends home. No, he lived really far and he had work like really early in the morning. So I told him not to, because I was just like, oh, I'm probably I'll sober up like on the train. But like I think if he knew that it was serious, then he probably would have brought me home. Yeah, that was kind of scary. Never let your guard down, girl. Ah, yeah. It's all like I usually never let my guard down, but this was not good. Pipsters and I have some horror stories though. It's cuz we're always, dude, that's all of our friends are like, these two should not be drinking together. It's cuz we drink a lot. Actually, I don't drink as much anymore. I definitely have cut down a lot, but I used to drink a lot more. And the two of us, we would drink a lot together because I would say our tolerance and our drinking style and everything is like very similar. So we would just drink together all the time. Um, but then I think it's because the two of us were together, we would definitely let our guard down because we were like, oh, we think like we're with somebody, so it's fine. But yeah, we've learned to be careful after making that mistake. Yeah, I'm gonna recolor this. I used a different brush and I don't like this texture. I like the brush that I'm using now. I think I spent like $5 on this brush pack. Very worth it. Friends are tipsy, always gotta take them home. You never know what can happen. Yeah, it's because I'm usually a tank and I'm usually okay. But no. Yeah. Usually me or someone else will make the call that I'll just like stay over or something. That was definitely a crazy off day. But also, like, I think people usually like prepare ahead of time, like me included, when there's like an event or something, you know? When, oh, we're all going out clubbing tonight or something. But that was just a random esports event that I went to on a whim. That it was like a Wednesday night. I wasn't planning on getting drunk. I think that's why it took me so off guard too, which made it extra scary, I think. Never rely on the drunk for your safety, yeah. Y'all need a mom friend, that one sober designated driver friend. Yeah, it's just usually we plan that ahead of time. Oops. When it's an event, like when we're going out, when we're drinking. But this night, I was never supposed to be drunk. I had one drink. Like I don't need a sober friend if you're having like one beer, you know? Like that's usually not the case. But that's also why I was like, oh, I got fucking roofied. Because I had one drink. And it was like a sweet cocktail. That was not... Yeah. Oh, I need to recolor this too. Fuck. Now I have to recolor all of this. I usually offer to be the designated driver because I trust nobody but myself. That's good. I don't know how to drive, so I'm never the designated driver. I'm also like this, so I'm never the designated driver. But usually, actually, there are a lot of nights now where I'm the mom friend. This happened a while ago, so I'm definitely a lot more cautious, you know, generally. But yeah, that was scary. This is why I need a Caleb. I need somebody to take care of me. But I like taking care of other people too. Okay, this looks so much better. This brush is so nice. Oh, what happened to the music? Uh, it's never just one thing. Yeah, it's just I was gonna go to work the next day. Crazy. But I don't really go out to events with that mindset anymore. Most of the time, if I know I'm gonna drink, then usually I'm with somebody, or I'm usually careful. My heart hurts hearing about people I care about have stuff like that happen to them. Yeah, it's scary. Or just go out and drag, pack a pair of socks in front. Dude, I do have what I call a Subway shirt sometimes. Um, it's like when it's really hot in the summer and I want to look a little scantily dressed, but I don't want to look scantily dressed in the subway. Usually I'll carry a big t-shirt or something. I don't like that it's like the same color as the shirt. Maybe I need to make the shirt darker. Sometimes I think about all the little times in my life where it's been like something like that, and I'm like, dude, Final Destination. One day it's gonna catch up to me, so I need to be careful. I need to be extra vigilant, actually. And before the guy in the subway takes your pic anyway. Oh my god, don't remind me. That's so insane. That happened twice. That's actually insane. That happened twice. If you guys don't know, within like the last, well, it was not last month, it was the month before, but within the span of 2 months, I had 2 people on the train randomly take a picture of me with flash. And the first one, I was not near anyone else, so it was definitely me, and other people literally looked at him like, what the fuck? And then the second one, I was near other people, but he was definitely taking a picture. And I looked at him, I tried to make eye contact, and he would not make eye contact with me. The first guy, I took a picture back. Because I was like, what the fuck? Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Okay, I like this. Let me make this. Kita-san Black. Hello, Spion! Oh my god, hello! First time being able to catch a stream? Then I've made a good decision streaming at different times. I wanted to make sure that like more people could catch my streams, because I usually stream at the same time in the evening, but I wanted a bit more variety. Hello, how you doing? I'm just gonna say that my cat Seneca is so cute. Oh, it's so content. His tail isn't just standing up straight, it curls all the way back to touch in between his shoulder blades. Oh my god, that's so cute. Which makes petting quite the challenge. That's so cute. Anywho, don't get roofied the rest of your stream. Gonna go watch F1. Okay, have fun watching Brad Pitt. Tell me how it goes. I really want to watch the new Superman movie. I've heard some good things about it. I used to be a huge DC fan, just like comics wise. I also loved the Teen Titans. Actually read a lot of Teen Titans too. Also, what else? Oh, Blue Beetle. But then the Blue Beetle movie I was really excited for was like it was like fine, but it was a bit too much of a kids movie for me. Like, I know certain movies are kids movies, but I feel like they still are able to capture like an adult audience, you know? But yeah, that movie is kind of eh. So this is the first time in a while, actually, other than Robert Pattinson's Batman. But yeah, first time in a while that I've heard good things, you know, about DC movies. But I do think that like a lot of people are feeling a bit of a superhero fatigue. And that's why the genre itself has been changing lately. It's good. You should. You'll love it. I did see the trailer and it looks pretty interesting. Alright, have fun. Thanks for dropping by, Acer. I'm more a BTAS and JLU era. Wait, what do they stand for? What is BTAS? But I hear that Superman is taking inspiration from that era, especially that Lex Luthor. Interesting. I feel like they're trying to like go back, you know, to a more retro time as well, because people are so tired of the look, we can make our graphics so rendered and so this and that as the main selling point, you know? Like people don't want to see your nano whatever, what's it called? The nano, not nanobots, but like the nanotech for the suits and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's cool that you have this cool technology, but we miss seeing the good old robot mecha like transformations, you know? What happened to those? They were so sick. I feel like they're reaching back into the past for better aesthetics and stories nowadays. That's what happened with Fantastic Four, I feel like, with the whole kind of retro-y feel to it. Which I also do want to watch. Hello, Spitfire! Long time fan, first time writing. Oh yeah? How did you get so good? Any words of advice for people wanting to follow in your footsteps? Just, you gotta draw what you like. If you don't have something that you like to draw, you're never gonna draw. That's what I learned from a friend of mine who, he's a musician, and I asked him, I was like, well, his main instrument isn't guitar, but I was like, how would somebody start playing the guitar? And he was like, well, find a song that you like. And I'm like, no, but like, how do you start playing the guitar? He's like, no, find a song that you like. He's like, if you don't have a song that you want to play, you're never really gonna actually have fun learning. And you're also never gonna stick to it. You have to find a song that you like, get really into learning how to play it, learn how to play it, and then feel really happy about learning how to play one of your favorite songs. That's how it goes. And I'm like, huh, I guess that's true. But that's the same with art. Gotta find something that you want to draw. That's why you see like these god tier gooner artists. It's because when they see some character that there's just so much like they have so much passion for, or they want to see them in a lewd situation that they cannot find, neurons activated, exactly. They're like, okay, I need to make this exist. And then that's what they do, you know? That's what they do. Okay, let me... But yeah, I mean, I didn't come out of the womb being able to draw. I don't think I can... Oh, well, actually, I think I've noticed improvements even subtly just over the years, but I'm not super disciplined actually. So I admire those artists who are, and they manage to improve so much over a much shorter time, just because they're so intentional about what they do and how they practice. Yeah, look, I like my friends. So I've drawn Maya, me, and Say as horse girls. Sometimes that's all you need, you know? That little bit of motivation. It's just because you want to see something exist. And you know you're gonna have fun drawing it. BTAS was based on the Keaton Batman movies, so it's pretty old, but still the best Batman ever. That Batman voice actor, Kevin Conroy, has played that character for decades, including, the Arkham games, and is definitive Batman for many. Also, Kevin Conroy is gay, which is very meaningful for many. That definitive take on Batman was done by a gay man. That's really cool! I think it's still ridiculous that obviously there's a lot of discourse around that still, but dude, have you ever been to like a Comic-Con? There's so much, or met like anybody who's obsessed with comics who works in comics. There's just so much queerness within it that like is so crazy to me that a lot of these consumers don't engage with these artists or actors enough to understand that like there's such a big crowd of people who love superheroes but also are on like the neurodivergence scale, who are also queer, who are also many of these things, and it's because they want to see a different world, you know? Thanks for publishing my last letter and answering my question. Everyone in class doesn't believe it's mine, but that's kind of cool too. Like a secret identity. Try to draw you like I said, but it just keeps coming out like two boobs and a head. Those are the features that you're focusing on, huh? What are the features I should focus on to get you right? I think that you have got a pretty good you've got a pretty good eye, I can tell. You just need to keep going. It's really just about like, honestly, I wish I could tell you it's not about how many hours you put into the craft, but I feel like it's not true. It's just like playing video games too. When people ask you how you can become better at video games, sure, you can watch a bunch of online guides, you can watch a bunch of streamers play, you can do this, you can do that, but at the end of the day, you still have to play the game, you know? And a lot of these streamers too are people who are like, I don't know how I got so good at Valorant, and they try to give you tips, but no, it's because they played CSGO for like 10 years. That's why. So like, a lot of these artists, they've been drawing for so many decades before they're even like decent, that people don't get a chance to see any of that work. And at the end of the day, you have to play the game, you have to draw the picture. That's unfortunately the only way. Sorry, no motivational speech, just that is the way. That's all I got for you. A firm grasp on anatomy, if you know what I mean. Indeed, a firm grasp on anatomy. I unironically think drawing lewds though is like one of the best ways to get good at art, because first of all, you're so motivated in wanting to finish in more ways than one. But also, you learn a lot of anatomy that way. A lot of times you're drawing characters without their clothes on, which sometimes it is harder for people to do that because clothes mask a lot of complicated anatomy. And as much as I say it's lewds, like, I've also done like live, what's it called? Like still life nude drawings. And there's a reason people do a lot of those. It's because it's helpful. So my advice is draw whatever you want to goon to. I think it will do wonders. I'm too embarrassed to actually post and be a gooner artist, but maybe one day I will let go of my pride, or not even pride, let go of my dignity, and just draw lewds. But also I'm not good enough. Anatomy is hard, guys. A lot of these gooner artists are way too cracked. Also, I think it's helpful to focus on one technique at a time. If you're focusing on coloring, don't make things too complicated. Start easier, smaller. Start by copying, start by, trying to replicate something that you see and then learning about it on the way. Don't feel bad for tracing. It's different when you're tracing and then posting it on social media and then claiming it's your own and then making money off of it or making content off of it or whatever. But when you're trying to learn as an artist, there's no shame in tracing. Sometimes you can learn that way. I think there's a lot of like fear in tracing, referencing and stuff, which didn't exist before, and it's alienated a lot of new artists, which is really sad. I think it's part of learning. What dignity? You're right. In stream 578, you responded to a message and said you're really just two boobs and a head. How do you hold your pencil? That's up to you and your imagination. I'm still not great at coloring, I think. But experimenting with different brushes and stuff is fun, and I do think it's helpful. Hehe. Yay, it's looking so cute! Gregland is a comics artist who has worked for Marvel and DC, who is known to trace almost every page from other works, a surprising amount of which is porn. Nice! So you can even get a high-profile mainstream work doing trace work, as long as it's on time. It's very true. A lot of times, I mean, like, you guys already know this, nothing is new under the sun, ever. And, yeah, a lot of times... Wait, I'm gonna... how do I add this to my palette? One thing with Procreate that I don't really like is their palette system. It's kind of confusing, and I wish they just had more recently used colors. Yeah, not advertising plagiarism, but I think that a lot of people are too elitist about art. I think art is fun, and you can do it in any ways you want, especially if it's for yourself. But also, in general, most people don't have problems with like what people consider tracing, as long as it's not being sold or publicized in that way, you know? Think about like memes. People know it's a meme. They're not gonna be like, why the fuck are you tracing? No, they're drawing the meme. As long as the context is provided, usually people are chill with it. But yeah, there's too many people nowadays, I feel like, who are trying to gatekeep art, which I feel like they shouldn't. There's not really a right way to do things, you know? Love that say is Gulshi. Yeah, we talked about what our kins, our horse kins would be. And we agreed that say would be Gulshi. Gulship. And of course, Maya is Haru Urara. And apparently I'm closest to Kita-san Black, which I'll take. On the other hand, AI art is stealing your stealing your train that shit. Yeah, AI art is always stolen, which is not great. I feel like I have seen a lot of people kind of give up on art because they're like, well, AI, but I'm like, no, that's so sad. I told myself I wouldn't spend this much time on it, but actually no, it's only been like, it's been less than 2 hours. Hira-san is wonderful, one of my faves. Hee hee hee. It's the Gen Z energy. the skibbity toilet energy that I'm claiming. But yes, I had a lot of fun drawing. I was like, shit. Originally, when I was drawing this, it started off as just like a quick sketch because I was like, oh, it's like a meme. It's just a funny meme. And then I was thinking, I was like, I want to draw us all standing together. But I was like, I don't think Goldchip would be standing. I think she would be doing this. It was really fun to figure out the poses. I tried to like mix our haircuts together. So she still kind of has like Say's little bangs up here. I hope Maya gets Kita-san Black. We were talking about it. Say and I were like, yeah, we both got her. She's like, I'm so happy for you guys. The Gen Z energy, the skibbity toilet energy. Yes. Will I have time to work on drawing some OCs later? We'll find out. I still want to do some stuff for Art Fight. Yay! Okay, let me draw her skirt. Fix it here. What you say? Hi, woomers. Here's a piece I drew of you. Just kidding, it's AI. Oh, just kidding. I can't draw hands correctly. How do you get the fingers right? There's 5, but sometimes people draw the 2 middle together, and sometimes they just go full Simpsons and remove fingers. What do you do with fingers? Fingering fan 5. Well, fingering fan 5. As you can see, I have just opted not to draw them. That is also a decision as an artist that you can make when you are like, I'm fucking lazy actually because I drew this and I drew this and then I drew this and I was like, you know what? Balls. That is always a decision that you can make. Sincerely, Oomers. What color is Goldship's hat? Is it gray? Black? Goldship. Oh, it's brown. Okay. The wrong brush. Oh, I didn't draw her. I didn't color her ears yet either. Yellow. Yellow doesn't show through. Maybe I'll just do this. And then the gold here. Or yellow here. Yay! Oh, okay, her ribbon? Is that the only thing that's missing? Okay. Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool, famously can't draw hands and especially not feet, so he usually hides them behind guns or other things. See, there you go. You can always hide it behind other things. I do that too. Like, oh, her hand's in her pocket. Oh, her hand, like, just, it's fine. The thing with drawing that's very different from design that I've learned is that you can, as long as it appears a certain way, you can use whatever tricks that you want. So no one's gonna know that you can't draw hands if you just hide it. Unless you draw hands. Because with design, you have to think so much about functionality sometimes. I'm talking about like specifically design for like, I don't know, like more like utilitarian things. But specifically illustration, I've learned that as long as you can make it look a certain way, it doesn't really matter. It's called an optical illusion. This is such a nice afternoon, guys. Just drawing and chilling. This is a perfect type of day for me to waste away on some otome games, some visual novels. Oh, also make sure you guys have a lot of inspirations. If you guys are trying to learn to draw, always is nice when there's certain artists that you really admire. Yay! Okay, let me redraw. The words so they look better. Or rewrite, I guess. Afternoon, it's midnight. That's crazy. I always forget that you guys are like, yeah, it's like the middle of the night and I'm still watching you. She drop kicking the other horse girl. The other horse girl is me. She's drop kicking everyone. That's her energy, you know? took your advice and tried to draw you out of balls, but now you just look like boobs and a head. This is your final form? Here, let me stick your pencil in for you. From Pencil Positioning Pro. That is my final form. Have you seen me? That's why it's so hilarious that Deadpool and Wolverine's final fight took place in front of the Leafy Liefeld boot store. Oh, that's cool. My inspirations are Darwin Cook and Henk Kuij, how do I read that? Kuijpers. Let me search them up. Time zones. Ooh. Franca. Darwin Cook. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, I think a lot of comics, like reading comics a lot growing up, definitely inspired me to want to do art. I think the first thing I drew when I was a kid was definitely comics. Okay, let me write. What am I writing? Haru Urara. I think for me it was definitely comics, and then it was anime. Oops. Should I put it on top or bottom? Maybe bottom, and then I move everyone up. Oops. Oh. Dude, I just want to... Okay. Hee hee hee. So cute. Hee hee hee. Ta-da! We are done with this. Can you hello? How are you doing? Lulu. And Claire came from the same inspiration that eventually led to what is now known as the anime style. Oh, which it is of course branched into different sub-styles and eras. It is really interesting to see how the styles have evolved, even within anime. Like, you can't even say like there's a definitive anime style nowadays because there's just so many different ones, you know? Hee hee hee. I'm pretty happy with it. Oh wait, should I color The mouth. Wrong brush again. Yeah, that's better. Yay! Okay, now it is time to draw some OCs. But before we do that, should I post it now? No, I'll post it later. I'm gonna go get some water. Maybe some chips. Hee. And then I'll be back. Maybe I'll put on some other thing for you guys. I'll leave this playing. Okay, I'm gonna go get a snack. I will be right back. BRB. Oh, maybe I'll just write it here. Okay, I will be right back.
风轻轻吹过的草丛，你的手曾经。你牵着我的手，像风轻吹，脚步缓慢在草间徘徊。海浪亲吻我们的心碎，倔强的安静，藏着悲哀。你的笑容淡去如飘散，我的目光追逐却更孤单。曾共度的梦像波浪一般，潮水退去，只剩下时间。别再说我们只是陌路，彼此呼吸仍熟悉如故。离别的路像草色苍绿，委婉地唱着违心的梦语。远处夕阳映我们背影，曾经的爱却留不住光阴，听着海啸如地狱低去，两颗心在默契中安宁。所有的错，谁会去计算？爱过一场，渴求那答案。从前的拥抱，如今变淡，只是彼此传递着平凡。别再说我们只是陌路，彼此呼吸仍熟悉如故。离别的路像草色苍绿，委婉地唱着违心的梦语。你牵着我的手，像风轻吹，脚步缓慢在草间徘徊。海浪亲吻我们的心碎，倔强的安静，藏着悲哀。你的。 笑容淡去，如雾飘散。我的目光追逐，却更孤单。 曾共度的梦像波浪一般潮水退去，只剩下时间。别再说我们只是陌路，彼此呼吸仍熟悉如故。离别的路像草色苍绿，委婉地唱着违心的梦语。远处夕阳映我们背影，曾经的爱却留不住光阴。听着海啸如地狱低句，两颗心在默契中安宁。所有的错谁会去计算？
Hello, I'm back. Umi gone? What is Umi question corner? I love your voice, but do you really sound like that? No, she doesn't. She's actually speaking through a garden hose with a paper cup at one end and a microphone at the other. She takes it to tour on conventions with her, and it's 100 meters long. Dude, yeah, how did you know? When you meet me in person, that's not actually me. I've hired some random girl to just like take the spot of me, so you guys aren't weirded out by the voice coming out of a hose. But, you know, if it works, right? Okay, I want to respond to an art fight thing, which means if you guys don't know how art fight works, it's essentially people sending OCs to each other. An attack is if somebody draws your character, and then you can defend by drawing one back. And so I'm gonna draw. I'll show you guys. Oh my god, hello, my Mayari! Thank you for the raid. How are you guys doing? I was just talking about art fight. What were you guys up to? Almost raided. Oh, class of '09. Interesting. I've heard some interesting things about it. I kind of want to play it, but I'm also scared. How was it? How was it? That game is insane. That's what I've heard. How is it? I have been drawing some horse girls, but I'm about to show you guys. That's not what I want to show you. Where's my Opera GX one here? This is art fight. Oh, hold on. And this is the character that I want to draw. She's cute. I like the design. She's giving like horror movie main character kind of vibe. So that's what I'm gonna draw. They drew this of me. Very cute. Oh, you guys can't really see. Thank you for the follow, my Mari. Is it Mayari? My Mayari? The voice acting for it's amazing? Oh, wait. Class of '09's creator dude is who I stole my mic setup from, verbatim. Oh, so I assume you've also played the game. Do you like it? It'd only be improved a few garden hoses. I see. Yeah, what is art fight? I always hear artists I like participating, but I never quite knew. So you essentially, it's just a big OC drawing fest. You can upload your characters onto art fight, and I can show you. This is my profile. This is my profile. And this is my character because I only have one character and it's just Umi. But this is my character sheet. So then people who want to draw my character, they can. Some pictures of Umi. But yeah, people who want to draw can attack me. And there's 2 teams. I'm part of Crystals. Am I Crystals? Yeah, Team Crystals. There's Crystals versus Fossils this year. And if they draw something, it's called an attack. And so they have sent an attack. And I can defend by drawing one of their OCs. So then you essentially just draw art of each other. It's really cute. It kind of reminds me of Inktober in a way, but then you're not really drawing specific things. And you don't have to draw every day. It's mostly just drawing each other's OCs. I kind of want to join. You should. Even if you just draw like one thing, it's still a good experience. But yeah, if you see, like, let's see this one, for example, it'll show attack stats. So you have to like mark your project in different ways. So like this was 63 points because there's one character, it's a drawing, clean sketch lineless. Like you can have like very, very rough sketches versus like fully shaded, fully rendered, and then they'll calculate the points. And then technically, if you care about this, which I don't feel like many people do, you guys can see who is winning in terms of points. So that's why this year's themes is fossils versus crystals. And some people will do like, oh, I only attack and I don't friendly fire. Friendly fire is if you draw someone on the same team, but I don't really care too much about the points. But people who really care about the teams and winning, they might be like, I only want to draw someone on the opposing team, so then I only gain points for us, because you gain less points if you're attacking somebody on your own team. Yeah, that's the gist of it. It's really fun so far. I think the concept is so interesting. But yeah, the site is just artfight.net. If you guys want to check out my profile, I will put it in here. But this is my first year joining. It was Tamagotchi. This is Tamagotchi's profile, and also Genesis, who showed this to me. So these are like some of the things that they're doing. Attacks. This is so cute. Oh, this is Genesis. Where's here? This is Genesis's profile. So the other day when I was on their stream, we talked about art fight, and while they were drawing this, very cute, very cute. But yeah, so now I want to draw some people's OCs. Hee hee hee. My first attack, so I do want to respond. So these are all their OCs, all their characters that I can pick from. I liked this one because I thought this was cute, and also it's their the icon is really cute. Yeah. So this is my reference. But this is what I was doing today. I was drawing our musume OCs, our horseskins. This was just for fun, but we finished coloring today, so then I'm gonna work on some OCs. Check out your stuff. I only see one of your works when you draw one of my friends, but it was so good. What? Who did I draw? What are you referring to? I'm like trying to think. Who did I draw? But yeah, I do want to draw more. It's hard sometimes to not get into an art block. Oh, it was a sketch of Issa. Oh my god. I love Issa. Okay, I need to color this. Where's Issa? I need to color this. Oh my gosh. And I need to fix the mic as well. But oh my god, this took so long to sketch. That's why I haven't touched it yet. But I love her new outfit. She's so cute. I love Issa. Angle and pose is so cute. Thank you. Dude, I love her singing voice. I got to say hi at Offkai recently, and that made me so happy. But yeah. I do want to draw more VTubers, so that's why I've been drawing more VTubers. Isa, and then now Maya and Hoduse. I do want to draw Jean as well, who I showed you on Art Fight. Okay. It's time for some Art Fight. I think that most people who have like OCs or VTubers, you should just upload your character sheets onto Artfight, because it's fun. It's always nice to have like someone draw art of you, you know? Yeah. Groovy stream. Hi, Old Winter King. Reminds me of Ice King. Oh my god. Hello, Raiders. Also, it's Astro. Hello. Why not try Umi? I hear she's a VTuber. Dude, I drew her as a horse. I drew 3 VTubers as horses. Roku Takao Aoka. Hello. Hello, Raiders. How are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? 2 raids back to back. Oh, you guys are playing Woowa. How is Woowa now? You can just call me Roku. Nice to meet you, Roku. How is Woowa? Who's on banner right now? Love getting to see your art and hang out. We're about to run to hope to catch you again. Alright, Spion-chan. Spion-chan. Oh my god, I keep calling you Spion-chan because it's so automatic. But thank you so much for dropping by. Hopefully I'll see you again. What is Art Fight? Okay, I will give a quick TLDR because I just explained it. But you just you draw each other's OCs, and each thing is called an attack. I will show you what the website looks like. This is what the website looks like. And so people will have like images of their characters. This is Umi. It's okay. I like explaining. But yeah. And so people can draw, you can have rules, people can draw different characters, and it's seen as like an attack or a defense. And so I'm drawing one of their characters to defend. That's how it works. Yeah. Hee hee hee. Did you draw these? The ones that I was showing, so this is someone else's character. They just drew my character. They just drew Umi. So this is what they drew. So I'm drawing one of their characters. This I did not draw. These are just my VTuber ref sheets. These are my model mama's works. Say mama. She did this one, like my model, also like this one. Yeah. Our Fight is the modern remake of the 1995 hit show Art Attack. It is not. That's false information. I actually love Art Attack. It was... Oh my god, I loved Art Attack. What the heck? Art Attack, they just do random stuff each show, or each episode. I loved Art Attack. Your design is so cute. Thank you. We have so many mutuals in law on Twitter. That's so funny. Oh my god, mutuals in law. Oomph City. That'd be cool or awesome if I could draw. I feel like you can join at any level, which is what's fun about it. Like if you see, let's see, discover characters. Search. No, oh. Name contains tags. Oh, I was looking for angel. So like for example. Look, this is literally just, oh, okay, no, this is a full drawing. But I was like, this is a post-it note. I like seeing that like everybody has very different types of characters, you know? Like you can just have your doggy, you know? It's very cute. You're very chatty. Are you an extrovert, or are you burning your battery super hard? That is a very funny question to ask. I am burning my battery super hard. I'm super introverted, but I do love streaming. I love, you know, being able to share and interact and talk and yap, but I am very introverted. But that's why I'm at home, you know? That's why I'm chilling at home and drawing. I have a lot of introverted hobbies, but I do like talking. So it's not too bad. It just feels like, you know, when you're, it's like customer service voice energy. It's not bad, it's still me, but it's definitely draining after a while. Yeah, I can make 3D art but not 2D. 3D! Yo, 3D is so hard. I can't believe you're saying that. Like 2D is bad. Or 3D is bad. 3D is so hard. Also, so this is the character that I'm drawing. This character that I picked of theirs. But yeah, dude, 3D is so hard. I've tried rendering things in 3D, and I've tried learning Blender, and oh my god, it's so hard. I don't know why, but my brain, I can't understand. Like, it just does not work that way. But 2D, it's fine, I guess. But yeah. Also, fellow Angel. Oh my god, Angel VTubers rise up. Let me make sure I'm following you. But yeah, thank you again for the reads. I tried as well, but it broke my brain. Dude, 3D is hard. Like, I can't believe, like, don't look down on 3D. Also, Renyu, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Alright, I'm done with drawing our horse girls. Let us work on this OC. I went to uni for 3D animation and modeling, but the industry is so hard to get into, so I use it for personal stuff. Oh, that's cool. I also have a couple of friends who went to school for 3D stuff. They do a lot of rendering work for universities and like architecture stuff now, just because I guess the 3D skills transfer over. But I'm still really impressed all the time when I see like their 3D work, and I'm like, I'm so surprised that there's not a bigger market or demand, you know? I'd rather stick with 2D, sorry 3D lovers. No, I love 3D animation too, but 4D, I don't know about that. Like IRL, I don't know. 2D and 3D. But yeah, I'm very surprised that the industry is not booming right now. Okay, let me see. Let me OC. Pick a pose to draw them in. Oops. I guess this is good. I can zoom. 4D, what is that? Body paint? 4D is real life people. That's what 4D is. Let me look up a reference of a pose that I want. I've been convinced by my friends to learn digital because all my artworks are analog, 2D, so this might be a new grind. You should try to do some art fight maybe. I feel like art fight is doing a good job killing my artist block, because art fight, there's no pressure, but also you have that motivation of you're drawing for someone else, and everyone's always happy to have art of their OC. That's how I'm seeing it. But yeah, I feel like analog, traditional to digital, the transferable skills are there. I feel like it's not too bad. But if 3D and 2D works are very, very well done, like Demon Slayer, 10 out of 10, and peak art, that's true. But 3D art also outside of the context of anime is very, very different, I feel like. Like, I really enjoy 3D art in games. I really enjoy 3D art in, like, environmental design, like VR chat and stuff like that. Those are always really, really cool. I also really like low poly 3D renders. Like, that aesthetic is also so cool. Looking at getting a Wacom tablet, but I know I'm gonna suck and hate it. Yeah, I remember getting my first Wacom tablet. I just draw with my iPad. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I put a lot of faith into thinking that when I get a tablet, that's when I'm gonna get good. But unfortunately, your skills are kind of just the same. I feel like if you enjoy drawing, you should learn to draw, like digital or not. Huan is it Huion? Huion is a great alternative for affordable. That's true. I've seen a lot of artists talk about it. 4D is the stuff that makes blood pour out of your ears. I understand art fight, but at some point, surely you can't get away with drawing everyone's OC as a sexy dad bod dilf. Then that's when you branch out. But also, dude, even if you're drawing like a very random doodle, people appreciate it still. Also, Roku, thank you for the follow. I use MS Paint for like 99% of my needs. I've been drawing more on MS Paint, and it's so fun. I draw on MS Paint with my mouse, and it actually makes me a better artist, because I am so scared when I look at a blank page sometimes, especially when I'm like, I don't know where to start. Like, I don't even have a sketch or anything. Sometimes it's really hard to start. And so I try to just take small steps, and MS Paint is a really fun small step because you're just, the bar and the standard is so low. There's no layers, there's no opacity, there's nothing. There's no brush. Well, there are brushes, but like barely. And so because the standard is so low, like that, drawing on that, like on MS Paint and also on post-it notes, it's what gets me out of my art block. So I've been really enjoying using MS Paint recently. It's really fun. Coral Painter for 100%. What is Coral Painter? Coral Painter. Yeah, I just use Procreate. I've heard really good things about Clip Studio Paint though. I think if I had a tablet, I would probably use Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint. But yeah, I'm just using Procreate. I've been trying to use Procreate more, and I feel like I was at the dinner table and my parents learning math, having art friends tell me to use layers, opacity, brushes. That's very true. And then also like okay, I do think the gesture controls are kind of hard to pick up. So for quick tips, if you tap your brush like while you're trying to like at a certain size, you can press like add. Like I can press add, and then it'll save that little like bookmark thing for you, and then you can remove it. That's really nice. And also 3 fingers, if you swipe down, copy, duplicate, copy and paste, like cut all these. Usually this is what comes up. Those are the quick tips I would say that really helped me with drawing on Procreate. But yeah, it really is just like you're doing it more and you're drawing more, and then you're like, holy shit, I didn't know this existed. You just learn that way. Hello! Hi, Voidashu. Clip Studio Paint is so worth the price. I've heard Clip Studio is really good. If I had a tablet for my computer, I think I would try to use Clip Studio. I only knew about 3-finger swipe one. The brush opacity snapping is really cool. Yeah, it's so helpful, especially when I'm like trying to draw something and I want to maintain the width of something, like the line art. It's really important. The hard part for me is motivating myself to draw, because for some reason I can't draw things freestyle. I feel like I'm like, I don't need to do it. That's why MS Paint is useful. You know, you gotta start somewhere, make something exist first before doing anything else. I also hate GIMP. What? I used GIMP as my Photoshop replacement for a while when I didn't want to pay for Photoshop. I have to resist being a boomer whenever I want to tell my friends that painting in oil/watercolor doesn't have the fancy technology. That's so true. That is so true. I do think that with the watercolor and oil like skills, I still think it like makes a difference. Like having your what's it called? When you have your bottom layer, like the white, what's it called? I feel like doing that on Procreate still makes a difference. And then also certain watercolor brushes, I feel like they have similar effects and texture. The brushes are really nice, like experimenting with brushes. But yeah, it is still very different though. I'm trying to figure out how I can get similar texture on Procreate. I was trying to do that for the longest time with pencil, because I really liked the texture of pencil. I feel like certain things, it's really hard to recreate, but I found this brush that I really like, and I've been using it lately. Lots of brush experimentation. Miss being spoiled by pre-treating my brushes and canvases RL. Yeah! It does, dude. It's literally what Coral Painter is known for. Oh, interesting. Coral Painter. I really want to learn to do texturing for clothes on 3D models, but my god, it's difficult. Oh, dang. That does... Yeah. Texturing. Texturing is fun, but really hard. I'm also not familiar with Coral Painter. If I could get a nice... yes, a 6B pencil brush on Procreate that actually feels like a 6B pencil brush. I want. I'm trying to figure out how to make fun but for me, it's like, bro, you just did this already. I was saying earlier, in terms of motivation for art, I'm like half joking, but I'm actually being so for real as well. But like Gooner artists, people who do degen art, they're so good because they have a passion. They're like, I want to see this art of this character that I love exist. I want to make them lewd, but it doesn't exist. And so I'm going to do it myself. And having that, you know, as a motivation doesn't matter. Any motivation is motivation. It's like what my friend said about when I asked him what's the best tip I could get for learning how to play the guitar. He said, find a song that you want to play. Because he was like, if you're not going to find a song that you want to play, you're never going to be motivated enough to learn it. And you're never going to feel happy even when you learn it either. Because what are you learning for if you don't have a song that you want to play? You know? It's the same for drawing. They're so committed. I've never seen anyone learn anatomy faster than gooners and goonettes. That's what I'm saying! And you learn so much anatomy. Dude, you're basically speed running new drawings. And you're just going at it again and again and again. And you're driven by pure passion of your love for whatever character that you are making into goon art. That is props to them, you know? The anime AR art generators advance so quickly because of My Little Pony gooners who are desperate for more content. Interesting. Interesting. It's always horse media, huh? Horse media on my timeline. The gooner dude, they want the goon. That's what I'm saying. As long as you can find that motivation, that passion, doesn't matter where it's coming from. It's so pure, okay? Gooner passion is so pure. Don't look down on it. Okay, let me look for a pose. Pose, pose, pose. Pose. That's a cute pose. I can draw her in. It's amazing how much they can get done with one hand. Lamau! Dude, the one hand challenge. It's crazy. Nude figure drawings took me months to be halfway decent with because I was so not into it. Dude, that's why the gooner art, sometimes it, like I look at it and I'm like, how are you doing this? PETA, how are you doing that? My friend used to do commissions and it had to stop because of all the weird art people requested. That's so funny. They would offer thousands for it, but she was like, nope. Dude, that's how you know you've made it. That's my plan B in life. If I am ever really running out of money and I'm like, I am going to be homeless, I'm about to start grinding Gooner art 24/7. I'm about to draw the craziest Nikkei boobies you've ever seen. I've never even played Nikkei, but that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get that bag. I'm gonna learn how to draw furries and animals real quick, cause that's a important life skill to have. Okay, I'm taking forever looking for a pose. Oh, I like this expression. No pose, but this expression is cute. Okay, we'll draw an expression first. They should go to horny jail now? Dude, if you're sending all the horny people to horny jail, what do you think they're doing in there? I don't know if that's a good idea. Do you consider the Umas to be furry? I think it's along the same pipeline. I don't judge furries. I can see the appeal. I feel like there's no way that no one has ever been like, oh my god, insert animal is so cool slash cute slash whatever. Or imagine something like, oh man, wouldn't it be nice to sit by a window when the sun is shining as a cat with no responsibilities or worries, and then just get your next meal delivered to you by a very nice human? That would be very nice. Yeah, maybe not the same thing, but I'm like, I get it, I guess. They're like cat girls or fox girls. Are cat girls and fox girls not in the furry territory? I think they're like almost there. I think they are part of the furry community, right? Technically, yes? Definitely not full-on furry, but sub-genre, right? It's since it's like half human. Permission to describe one of the commission requests that made her delete her account. Yes, I'm very curious. I am very curious. Actually, I do want like a legitimate pose. This is proving a little difficult. I really want to draw more lewd art, I'm not gonna lie. But my anatomy is unfortunately not as brushed up as I want it to be. This shit's hard. Poses, poses. Reference? Oh, this is a cute pose. Okay. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Exactly. I think I'm gonna go with a sitting pose. Putting her hands on her thighs. This is too hard. I just look at Gunner pics that they post on my feed and look at the pic of the body and learn from memory. From memory! Damn, I always draw with references. But also my memory is terrible. So references are always really nice. I want a different pose. I really like the detail of her legs though, so it needs to be a full body pose. I was trying to do a half body pose, but I feel like it doesn't work as well. Hmm. I also like love looking at references, so I definitely spend way too much time looking for references all the time instead of drawing. Oh, this is a cute pose. Okay. Alright, this is what we're working with. Sketching is the hardest part. Sketching. Let's get the general shapes. Nails. Made her too tall. Cat girls are what happens when anime flirts with the idea of animal traits. Furries are what happens when you marry that idea and have weird little children together. That's definitely one way to put it. Oh, I just realized. Oh, this is such a cute sleeve, but her sleeve doesn't do that. It's like less poofy. And has more collar. Sleeve. Who we drawing? This character from this person's OC sheet. They drew an art attack thing of me, so I'm drawing one of their OCs back. I don't really know how to draw this top part. Let me figure this out. Usually I don't draw on stream because I feel like part of it is because I just get so quiet when I'm trying to figure stuff like this out. My yapping brain turns off for a bit. Like, where is this girl's collar? But maybe it doesn't matter because her hair is covering it. There's a ribbon here. I like the ribbon details. Been seeing a lot of ribbons lately in a lot of designs, and it's really cute. I like it. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Okay, her waist goes in here. Music stopped. I need to figure out how to draw her hand, which I will do later. Hands. Okay, so it's like a blazer, I think, situation. I feel like I need a different reference. Don't like where her arm is placed. Oh, I just realized she's like an elf kind of character too. So she has ears. Do I just want her standing? I like these ribbons that she has on her. This design is so interesting. I think the thing that I've really enjoyed about Art Fight in general has also been that I really like seeing other people's OCs. I feel like I see a lot of fan art, but it's not that often I see a lot of OCs nowadays. I guess VTubers are, in a way, a lot of people's OCs. But other than VTubers, I feel like I don't really get a chance to see OC art as often. Which I guess makes sense because fan art usually is more popular as well, since people already recognize the characters. Okay, I just realized we have hit 3 hours. I was planning to stream for 3 hours today, so I think I'm gonna continue this one off stream, and I'm gonna send you guys somewhere. I think I'm gonna send you guys to someone else doing some art. Let's see. Oh, a lot of people playing Peak, which is always fun. Ooh, I'm gonna send you to some emote drawing. Froggy is doing some emotes. I hope you guys had a good time yapping and drawing today. I know this was just a sketch, but then we ended up finishing these, which I'm so happy about. Hee hee hee. Look at them. The musumes. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good time today. I'll see you guys another time. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll be playing some Minecraft with Pipsters, which I'm excited for. And then Thursday, I'm doing some ZZ. Yeah, I'll be streaming the rest of the week as well. Friday, Sunday. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys another time. These are my socials. This is my raid stuff. Yeah. Otsu. Thank you for joining me today for some drawing. I will try to have some more drawing chill streams where we just yap and I draw. Yes. Alright. Bye guys. Otsu.